You know the promise of electric cars, right? But you also know the problems. Well, deep inside labs all over the world, the science behind batteries and fuel cells is going through this incredible transformation, and it's about to change absolutely everything. So let's get into it. But hey, before we jump into all the cool new solutions, we've got to talk about the big hurdles, the core challenges that have been holding the whole electric revolution back for years. I mean, the dream is awesome, isn't it? Super clean, silent, crazy fast cars. But for a lot of people, that dream has been stuck behind three big questions. How far can I actually go on a charge? Am I going to be sitting at a charger for an hour? And are these giant batteries, actually safe? These have been the major roadblocks for just about everyone. Now, while everyone's waiting for some super futuristic tech, and believe me, it's coming, the first major leap forward is happening right now by making the lithium-ion batteries we already use a whole lot better.
So what's with this number, 93.6%? This is a huge deal. Thanks to a new design from researchers in Korea and the US, this is how much juice a battery still holds even after 300 full charge and discharge cycles.
What that really means is it's tackling one of the biggest fears people have when they buy an EV, that the battery's just gonna die after a few years. This breakthrough means that expensive battery in your car is gonna last much, much longer, making the whole thing a way better investment. And it's not just about how long they last, it's about safety. A team at Michigan State University zeroed in on a critical weak spot inside the battery, and this quote, well, it says it all. So what they did was they swapped out a standard plastic part, the separator, with one made from a wood-based material called lignin. The old plastic ones can fail and melt when they get too hot, but this new one, it's stable up to 300 degrees Celsius. That's a massive difference, and it dramatically cuts the risk of an internal short circuit, which is what usually causes those battery fires you hear about. And get this, as if making the battery way, way safer wasn't enough, there's a bonus. This new wood-based separator also extends the battery's total lifespan by up to 60%, so it's safer and it lasts longer. That's a serious win-win. Okay, so improving the tech we have now is one thing, but the real game changer, the thing that everyone in the industry calls the holy grail of EV power, that's solid-state battery tech, and it's designed to solve all three of those big problems at once. So what exactly is a solid-state battery? The concept is actually really simple. You just take that flammable liquid that's sloshing around inside today's batteries, and you replace it with a solid material. That's it. And that one simple change makes them way safer, lets them store a lot more energy, and allows them to charge at unbelievable speeds. And listen, this isn't science fiction anymore. We are on a clear path to seeing these in the real world. You've got major players in a race to the finish line. QuantumScape and PowerCo are aiming for a prototype vehicle by late 2025, and companies like Samsung and Toyota are targeting mass production around 2027. This is happening. Just let that sink in for a second. 10 minutes to charge your car. That's no longer a deal breaker on a road trip. That's about the same amount of time it takes to fill up with gas and grab a coffee. This changes everything. Okay, so cars are one thing, but what about the really big stuff? Long-haul trucks, cargo ships, maybe even airplanes. Just slapping a giant, heavy battery in those doesn't really work. For those massive jobs, we need something even more powerful. And that's where fuel cells come in. Just look at this chart. That's the difference we're talking about. This new fuel cell developed at MIT packs over 3 times the energy of today's best lithium-ion batteries. That is a gigantic leap, and it's what could finally get electric aviation off the ground. And the way it works is just brilliant. It uses common sodium, not rare lithium. The only thing it produces is harmless sodium bicarbonate. Yep, basically baking soda. And get this, that byproduct actually pulls CO2 out of the atmosphere as it's made. So it's not just zero emission, it could actually be carbon negative. All right, now check this out. Another huge fuel cell breakthrough, this time from an Australian company called Siltrex. They just shattered the world record for volumetric power density. That's how much power you can cram into the smallest possible space. And they didn't stop there. They also broke the record for gravimetric power density, which is getting the most power for the least amount of weight. And for things like trucks, ships, and planes, where every single pound matters, that is absolutely critical. But here's the real punchline. This technology isn't just a little bit better. It's so advanced that it is already blown past the ambitious power targets that experts had set for the year 2040. They're doing it today. They are literally decades ahead of schedule. So we've got all this amazing science, all these incredible breakthroughs, but it's all just a cool lab experiment if you can't actually build it affordably and on a massive scale. And that brings us to the final critical piece of this whole puzzle: manufacturing. Right. A breakthrough in the lab is only step one. Step two, the part that actually gets this incredible tech into your driveway, is figuring out how to make millions of them. And that's where the next wave of innovation is really happening. And you can see exactly where the focus is shifting. Big money is being poured into solving these production bottlenecks, making every step faster, using less energy, automating the whole process. It's all about one thing: driving that final cost down. And it's already working. Take QuantumScape again. They figured out a new manufacturing process for their solid-state batteries that's 25 times faster. That is exactly the kind of leap you need to make this next-generation technology affordable for everybody. So, after all that science, what does this actually mean for you? It means those old roadblocks, the things that made you hesitate, they're being systematically dismantled. It means we're looking at EVs that are safer and last way longer. It means charging your car in the time it takes to grab a coffee. And it means a future where not just our cars are clean, but our trucks and planes are too. The future of transportation that we've all been promised isn't some far-off dream anymore. It's smarter, safer, and more powerful than we imagined, and it's happening right now. The revolution isn't coming. It's already here. The only question left is, are you ready for it?